Hello folks, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon overlord here, and welcome to my lair in the land of Ark Survival Evolved. Once again, we are back in the Pants Optional Modded Anunnaki Genesis server. Today I want to do something a little different than a survival series. It's more of a take on what you can expect in modded or in just more advanced blueprints besides the common. I've gone around this server for a while and asked and also found many a blueprint that is just insane in what you need to make with it. It's taken me about 2 days to gather and make all the materials I need, even though we have modded rates and such on this server, as well as all the things I had stored up in room over there. I have several tables here, the smithy that I'll be showing some on. I have some on the Anunnaki workbench. I have a weapon on the fabricator, which is right over there by the fridge, as well as a couple I'll be doing on myself. I said this is my room of modded, my storage room here on the modded server. Let me grab the blueprints I have back in here. Wrong one. One of these. This one. Grab these, as these will be the ones I'll be doing on myself. I have some that are cheaper just to show you the difference, that there are still cheap, higher rarity blueprints than everything else. We will start with the Anunnaki workbench here. I have all kinds of stuff on here, but as you see, some of these are really expensive. Some of them are not so expensive. Like this one, it's just a blueprint for a rare alpha woolly rhino saddle, and it's fairly reasonable priced. We're just going to go ahead and craft them. Start with this one. And I mean, some of these are fairly reasonable. This one right here, the Celestial Alpha Dodecarus, has, just 2,600 hide and such, so it's not really that horrible. It's all really easy to get. Not drop and craft. Didn't drop anything. Nope. Then we move on to slightly more expensive ones, such as this one, 2,900 hide. It's a legendary Alpha Spino saddle, and then you have cementing paste and such. That's the expensive part of this one, really. Craft that one. The Sarco got 4,500 hide, so that's not exactly super cheap. The paste is where it'd be more expensive. Obsidian and such, those are really easy to get. The paste you actually have to craft or steal from the beavers. Then Argent saddles and such, I am crafting them because I told people I would. Once I told the people that lent me the blueprints that if they wanted it, I would craft it and make the saddle. So I'm just going to craft them all. As you can see, I've already started running out of mats in this one. I guess I just did not put enough of obsidian. I figured I would start running out on that one. Okay, yeah, let me grab some more obsidian somewhere, hopefully here. And we got a little bit more. Had the feeling I was going to run low on obsidian, so may not get them all crafted. This is a second Celestial Alpha Dodecarus saddle. They're slightly different. This one has better armor and durability than the other one here. And yes, I'll not be able to do them all because I simply do not have enough obsidian for all these. But just to show you some of these, like the Celestial Alpha Argent saddle here, with 5,900 hide, as well as nearly 2,900 keratin or chitin, and 3,200 obsidian is needed. The fiber is not so bad, but the other one's not as easy to get. You have Alpha Woolly here, various amounts, not super hard, but the cementing paste is never a fun one to do, nor are the ingots. But as you see, some of them get worse, especially for things for the bigger dinos, where they just go up and up. But that is the least of it. Let's show you a weapon we have. Actually, open up the fabricator. Let's see, Yes, we have the Celestial Fabricated Sniper Rifle, taking 2,075 polymer, 1,444 metal ingots, and I believe it's 1,981 or so cementing paste. So not cheap at all. Crafting out one of those, because it's always fun to have sniper rifles, shoot the dodos and whatnot. As you can see, it's a fairly good weapon. Max durability of 640 with a weapon damage of 254.3%. As for the ones I have in my inventory, these are actually, as you see, they're smaller. It's legendary, so it's second from the top, but and yes, it's just for the Fiomia, so it's basically your first saddle you can make. It's not expensive at all. The turtle saddle also not super expensive, even though it's a rare. Woolly Rhino, that's slightly more expensive with the cementing paste cost of 766 and 459 metal ingots. But as you see, some of these are still really reasonable in prices. And then, you know, just like your hide hat, it's not super expensive, just a little bit of hide, a little bit of fiber. A couple of fabricated pistols and the riot legs, still not super expensive, but they are more expensive than you might expect on some things. And then you have the Allosaurus saddle, which I'll need to make one of these because I'm probably going to get one now that Anunnaki Genesis actually has Allosauruses. Just to have one for the giggles, I guess. Now, on to the big things. They're in the smithies. I will skip over there. I know you see that Titanosaurus one. If you actually saw one of my previous videos, I actually found this before they nerfed and actually did away with the rewards in the underworld cave. I'll get to that one in a moment. As you see, these are where they're really expensive. As you can tell, I have a lot of materials in here, but that is due to simply how expensive that Titanosaur platform saddle is. As you see, over 2,000 hide, 1,200 fiber. The silica pearls, those take a minute because you just got to hand gather them underwater, so it's not super bad. Neither is it for the long neck rifles here. I have a couple of those. The Bronto saddle, kind of pricey, but not super bad at all, because it's just a saddle, not the platform saddle. Saber-tooth saddle, still not as bad either. Long neck rifle, it's 1,300 ingots, so it's a little more on the pricey side. But then you have things like this. The legendary Titanosaur platform saddle, and being that it's legendary, there's still one step ahead of it, so there's one more that would be more expensive. With an armor of just 1 and a max durability of 144.3, for a dino that is already essentially useless even on vanilla because of it just doesn't eat without the files being altered, and that it's just a 24-hour dino. Really not worth making this, but I just decided to make it. I don't have a Titanosaur to put it on, but I just want to show you how expensive some of these blueprints can get. With 3,823 metal ingots and hide, it's 38,213 metal ingots and hide, 15,285 cementing paste, and 19,106 fiber. It is ginormously expensive. And as you see, I have 40,000 ingots in here. That actually took me a couple hours to get, and the only reason that I was able to get it in only a few hours is due to Anunnaki Genesis having the alpha dinosaurs, as well as the Anunnaki Forge, which crafts metal ingots really, really fast. And as you see, really slow, and it just takes all this. But these are the things you can find. It's just some of these things are insanely expensive and really need to be changed. I mean, if they're going to do something with a Titanosaur, since it's actually a vanilla dino, it needs to, like the saddle, as expensive as it is, it needs to be better. The armor needs to be higher. The durability needs to be much higher. This is a legendary piece, and I can craft Fiomia saddles that are better than this. Let's compare. Yeah, see, the Fiomia saddle has higher armor by a ton, and max durability is also higher. And that's just a Fiomia saddle. Just the little Pooptron. I mean, the biggest vanilla dinosaur in the game, and this is the biggest platform saddle in the game. It needs to be better. But that's just my view on these things. There's some really reasonably priced. Like most of these are actually really reasonably priced. Then you have ones like this. It's just some of these need to be reworked. But yeah, look out for these things in the game, and things like this definitely not worth it unless you have a highly modded server where you can get materials really, really easy, such as the Pooping Evolve server as they have it now with that tech farm. They could make it there. They have all kinds of materials to waste. But even on this, where we have, I believe it's 6 times on gather rates and such, we don't have the tech plots and stuff, so it's harder to get these things. But this has been your friendly neighborhood Dragon Overlord here, giving you a little view on blueprints in Ark Survival Evolved. If you liked the video, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button if you're new here, and have a wonderful day.